How's it going, folks? It is Matt back with another crypto video, and today's video is on DigiByte. This first article is saying DigiByte. Digi-ID is free, but it could drive up the value of DigiByte in the long run. And I'm glad this article came out because it's a question that's frequently commented on my videos where people are asking, if Digi-ID is free, how does that translate to an increase in price for DigiByte? So, I tried to explain it on those comments, and I think it works, but I think there's more people that are interested in seeing how it can translate to the price. They may not be asking that question, so I decided to make a video. This article inspired me. Make a video specifically to explain how Digi-ID could translate to an increase in price for DigiByte in the future. Speaking of Digi-ID, I am looking into making a video. I don't have a set date on when it could be released at this moment, still working out some details, but I want to make a video specific to Digi-ID that basically makes a case for why we need it, explain how Digi-ID solves the problems of today's internet, explain how to use it, and then explain how to implement it. I think as more people become aware of this technology, that's going to be important. If they want to, or if they're interested in implementing this technology, I'm hoping my video can kind of be the first step for them to take into doing so, and provide links and contacts for people to get in contact with if they want to implement this technology. So getting back to the article, Digi-ID, basically it's been growing in terms of adoption. Through our partnership with ID, they've taken the technology a step further, and they're providing a couple different solutions using the Digi-ID technology. It's also been implemented. Haven is the first website to have ever implemented Digi-ID as a login service. Basically, you just click login up here in the top corner. From the DigiByte mobile wallet, you scan that QR code, verify it with your thumbprint or your PIN to the DigiByte mobile wallet, and you're signed in. It's that fast, it's that easy, and it's secure. When you sign in, there's no username, no password sent. So even if the website Haven were to get hacked, they don't get any usernames and passwords, thus making the hack basically pointless to try to even do. And as adoption grows, that's where the value of DigiByte has a chance to increase. Yes, it is free to use, but if people or websites implement this technology, the users of that website have to download the DigiByte mobile wallet. So basically, even if you have 0 DigiByte in this wallet, you can still use Digi-ID because Digi-ID is free to use. So the more websites that implement it, or the more, it doesn't even have to be websites. As my interview with Josiah Spackman 2 days ago, we were talking about all the different potential use cases for Digi-ID and DigiAssets. If you guys missed this, I'll provide a link in the description below. Josiah did a fantastic job of pointing out multiple different use cases for Digi-ID and DigiAssets. Digi-ID is not limited to being used as a secure login method for websites. Basically, Digi-ID, any scenario where your identity is needed, Digi-ID can be used. Whether it's walking into a building, the front door locked, but you can access it with your Digi-ID. That sort of thing could be useful in hospitals or schools or dorm rooms on universities, or as a comment in this video pointed out, it could be used for your car, to unlock and start your car remotely, or give access to people that need to get into your car or need to start your car for whatever reason. The applications of Digi-ID are really limited by your imagination. Just thinking right now off the top of my head, mailboxes. In this video, Josiah pointed out apartment complexes could use it for all their doors instead of issuing out keys. It would be cheaper for the apartment complex and more secure, because people can't lose those keys. If they lose their phone, they simply get a new phone, restore their wallet, and then they have their key again. But mailboxes at apartment complexes as well. It's usually a huge block of like 100 different mailboxes where each one has an individual key. Digi-ID could be used in that scenario too. So basically, the more times, the more websites, or the more, physical applications such as a door or a car or a mailbox, the more times Digi-ID is implemented, that means the more people have downloaded the DigiByte mobile wallet, and the more people are getting familiar with the wallet and seeing it on a daily basis or on a regular basis. They're seeing this wallet day in and day out. They use it to get into their house, or they use it to sign into their email, or every time they use it, they use this wallet. So then when adoption of cryptocurrency as a legit currency, you know, people spending it day to day, buying goods that they need every single day, that's where it stands to increase the value of DigiByte itself. Because you know, when that day comes, when people do have that aha moment of, you know, let's use cryptocurrency instead of the fiat system today, they're already going to be familiar with DigiByte because they've been using this mobile app for some years now, using it to sign in day to day. So that could help them be like, oh, hey, this is the most secure way we could ever log into a website. It's the most secure way to lock your front door. We could also use it as money. You know, that's kind of the aha moment, you know, getting DigiByte to become a household name or close to it, you know, getting more than 1% of the world knowing about it. That's what's going to drive the adoption of DigiByte. You know, if a large portion of the population starts using Digi-ID technology as a login method, then odds are when that day comes, when fiat collapses and people look for an alternative, DigiByte is already going to be fresh on their minds, and that's how it stands to increase the price of DigiByte. You know, people will already trust it. People will already be aware of the mobile wallet. People will already know how to use the mobile wallet. And even in between now and I guess mass adoption of cryptocurrency at the point of sale, you know, DigiAssets is going to be launched as well. So people that use Digi-ID will see DigiAssets every single day. And if DigiAssets starts to gain implementation into video games or D-apps, you know, whatever, that's still more times people are seeing it. You know, just getting the brand out there, getting the consciousness of the DigiByte brand into the public, you know, that is what's going to drive the adoption of the technology. So, and this article goes on to point out, like, the whole bear market that's been going on for 14 months, 15 months now, you know, it's been depressing for everybody that has invested, especially if you invested early or if you invested this time last year when these projects were at their all-time high. You know, you're probably very discouraged and very upset now because you've lost a lot of money. But that is large part due to people investing into ICOs that do not have a working product. Most of them don't even have their own blockchain. You know, it's a token. They're running on Ethereum's blockchain or some other blockchain, you know, and it just doesn't make sense to me why, you know, I'm happy that DigiByte's under the price of a penny right now, because I do think, you know, it's not financial advice, but I do think for its fundamental reasons it can increase in value. You know, it's one of the few projects out there that actually has a working product. They have multiple working products. You know, Digi-ID that I've been talking about this whole time is one of those working products, and it is secure. It solves the security vulnerabilities of the internet today. They have another working product in DigiSign. You know, online, I guess, contracts or online documents are becoming more and more frequent. When I went through the process of buying my house, the majority of the paperwork that I signed was done online. And, you know, while that's great, it's not necessarily secure. And DigiSign allows you to sign documents on the blockchain, and that is the most secure way to do it. And again, it's already a working product. So people, DigiCafe too, you know, it allows for DigiByte to be spent at the point of sale. It allows merchants to download an app on a device that they already own. You know, that's big too. They don't have to buy any additional infrastructure. They don't have to invest anything to start using or start accepting DigiByte at the point of sale. They simply download an application and then it's ready to go. And, you know, and speaking of DigiCafe, this was a tweet the other day saying, pay for WooCommerce has been submitted to WordPress for review. When approved, it will have access to millions of e-commerce shops running on WordPress. Very exciting. Approval could take 2 weeks. So what is WooCommerce? Just a quick look at it. WooCommerce is an open source e-commerce plugin for WordPress. It is designed for small to large sized online merchants using WordPress. Launched in 2011, the plugin quickly became popular for its simplicity to install and customize and free-based products. And basically WooCommerce is like, I think it's the #1 like sales solution that online merchants are using. So the fact that DigiCafe will be compatible with that could start to see the adoption of online retailers accepting DigiByte at the point of sale, you know, or online sales for that matter. But that's a big deal, and it's a working product. And again, that's DigiByte has 3 working products, and I just don't understand why people still hate on it. You know, the blockchain has been around for 5 years. 5 years of continuous block creation. It's the longest blockchain in existence, over 8 million blocks. And the fact that they have 3 working products and 2 more working products coming in the very short term in the form of DigiAssets. Vesti is expected to be coming soon, where they bring DigiByte to, or the DigiByte blockchain to the real estate market. That's huge. That's going to be the future of, trading and selling assets. It's going to be tokenized. It's going to be running on a blockchain for the sheer speed that it increases. If you're buying a house, it takes at least a month, to go through all the paperwork, all the legal work, all the loan, everything. It takes at least a month. But blockchain technology can eliminate a lot of these middlemen that play into that and make the transition of buying and selling a house much faster. It can make it much cheaper too, because you don't have all these lawyers and bankers in your pockets while you're buying this house. So the benefits that it can have for real estate, and really blockchain can stand to revolutionize basically everything that we do today, and make it more efficient, more transparent, and cheaper in the process. And DigiByte being one of the strongest blockchains in existence is what piques my interest in it, I guess. And the fact that they have working products. People are still hyping up these ICOs that have a roadmap going out a year and a half, and they extend it. They always extend it because they run out of funding, especially in a market like today. And again, DigiByte doesn't have a company behind it, so it can't go bankrupt. It can't run out of funding, and thus production can't stop, because people are doing it because they want to do it. They're not doing it for a paycheck. They're doing it because they want to. That's huge. That's again, one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on DigiByte is because the community behind it, and the fact that they have these working products already that solve real-world problems. Cybersecurity is a very real threat, and that's why I think Digi-ID, or technologies like Digi-ID, stand to gain adoption before we use cryptocurrency on a daily basis at the point of sale. We have the current system with fiat. It's not ideal. I get it. It's not the best way to do it. It's not good to have like the Federal Reserve or some sort of centralized power controlling and manipulating the money. That's not good. I fully want cryptocurrency, but it's going to take years for the mass public to kind of wake up to that, realize that, and start accepting it as fact. The current system, while it is not ideal, it still works, and while it's not broke, there's no real reason to fix it at this moment. So that's why cryptocurrency, in my mind, is going to take a couple years to gain the adoption that we want to see it. But that's why, again, why I love DigiByte so much, because Digi-ID can gain adoption today. There's a serious issue with cybersecurity threats today, and this is a solution to those threats. So that's why, again, I think it can transition to the long-term price increase of DigiByte, is because this is a solution that people can accept today and start to get their feet wet with cryptocurrency without even really realizing it. They're using it as a secure login method without even really thinking about the currency aspect of it. So sorry for just making this a long rant. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to wrap this video up, though. I got to start getting ready for work. So hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notifications, like it, share it, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later.